Another classic movie clip that I use from time to time to get my spirit and energy going like no other. From the 1995 movie Braveheart, starring Mel Gibson. And this is about the English and Scotland, and Sir William Wallace, who's Mel Gibson, fights against the tyranny and oppression of the English. And in this particular scene, he is about to go to battle against the English. And the Scots, they're all outmatched and outnumbered by the powerful English. And he tells them, "We are here to fight. Fight as free men. What will you do with that freedom?" And one of the soldiers was like, Fight against that? That over there? We will run." Then he comes back. "Fight and you may die. Run and you may live for a while. But throughout all your days, dying in your beds from years from now, would you trade this one day, this one moment, to say and tell your enemy that they may take our lives, but they can never take our freedom?" And this resonates with me so much, as I know I keep harping on my battle with the LSAT, but this is where I truly found my true self, my eternal self, really my true calling here on this earth, is to be a freedom fighter. And not a freedom fighter for civil rights or anything in that sense. No, fighting for the freedom of thought, passion, purpose, and potential for others. Leading and energizing others to their greater mental, emotional, spiritual levels of freedom. That we have 100% control over how we think, behave, feel. Yet, we've been conditioned and raised by society to be dominated by circumstances outside of us, to allow them to be bigger than us. And we only use like 10 or 20% of that 100% power, because we are dominated by our appearances. And I just went through this grand personal transformation throughout my LSAT process and just being by myself. And I went through all the dark times, depressed, even suicidal thoughts. Yes, my early 20s. We've all been there, so it's no shame in that. We all come from a mental and emotional disadvantage. Doesn't matter your race, your gender, your social status, rich, poor. We all come out the womb with a disadvantage because we weren't taught what emotions are, how to label them, and how to train them, how to really cope them. Heck, we don't really know our brain like that and how it functions and how habits are formed. We just weren't taught this in school. Parents that teach this to us, no outside organizations didn't really teach this to us while we were growing up. So we have all this baggage and garbage growing up, no matter where you're from, who you are, from society, from our outside influences. And when we get to our 20s, and the 20s, I know it's a very, very weird time. It's like we are unwinding from all those things from the past and all this programming from childhood, high school, all these different things that we have to deprogram, relearn, unlearn, relearn. It is a process. And I went through this process over numerous amount of years, just being by myself, and all these different personal circumstances that were happening to me, that just divinely I was just able just to get with myself, more personal development. And I started watching more of the war movies like Braveheart and Gladiator. And I started to have these visions and these past lives of being this great warrior, this ancient warrior. These visions I would have of me with this full armor on and a sword and just battling beasts and wolves and just dark spirits, not only for myself, but for others. And even seeing myself on this mountaintop talking to millions of people and just saying this rousing speech, and everybody's just cheering, and I'm walking through the crowd, and everybody's just giving me a hug, everything. And it's something that has been recurring in me. And I found this calling in the LSAT where I've told you before, where I'm encouraging others, my family and friends, and their friends and friends with text messages every single day to help them to keep going within their circumstances, no matter what it looks like. And that's the same thing that happened with me and my LSAT. Like, nothing was working on the outside, but I had to go from within myself to make adjustments and to keep the courage, to keep that spirit going. And just over the years, I've seen that I've been able to gain more mental and emotional freedom of letting go of the ideals, reactions of my childhood and everything, letting it go. And I don't have no magical formula, step-by-step process of how I did it. And it's not to be like me, but what my point is that we are chasing our mental and emotional freedom in this moment from fear, from doubts, from worries, from anxieties, from our limiting beliefs that even as growing up, yeah, we are scared of going to jail, to the actual jail, yet we are happy and content of being in a mental and emotional, spiritual prison that we may be in every single day, locked in these certain thoughts, certain beliefs, the darkness of it all. Yes, I've been there. But I've been there, didn't deny it, worked on myself, faced myself time and time after again, and over time, I am who I am now. That's why it's so easy and freely for me to do what I'm doing with these videos and truly not caring about what anybody else thinks, because this is what I've been called to do. And I believe I've been called to help you and energize you to your greater levels of mental and emotional and even spiritual freedom, to unlock yourself, that when things are not going your way, that you don't have to be in fear and doubt, that we have to just change the responses, change our perspectives. Really, it's majority of the perspectives and the meaning. Those are the things that we have to change so that we can face everything, no matter what happens to us. I feel like I am mentally and emotionally invincible. Yes, it is taking me blood, sweat, tears, and years to get there, but it just seems like no matter what happens outside of me, it doesn't faze me. And I'm not here to be high and mighty, but I know I have this special gift, and my gift is to share it and to give it. And lo and behold, I am here in this moment, this 1L academic dismissal period, to share it, to give it to you. I fight for you every single day. I'm willing to suffer the fears, the doubts, anxiety, whatever it takes, even from within myself. I don't have those things in this moment, but I go in myself and try to feel what you may be feeling. Just how I used to feel back in my early 20s and in high school, all those different things. That I can make these videos because I have this intuitive feeling and energy of just human nature, period. Even from people around me. It's just how we've been conditioned by society, and just we had to just disconnect, and we need to connect with ourselves more. And that we don't have to go in fear. We don't have to go in doubt within this academic dismissal period. I feel like I'm more free than ever, no matter what happens. Yes, I'm going full force and getting accepted back into law school. But if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Yes, it is going to happen. We're going to make it happen for me and yourself. But this freedom, and when I mean by freedom, to me, being free is being reconnected to our original purpose and design. And our original purpose and design is we are limitless beings. All these limitations have been instilled within us from society and parents and external influences. They created that division from within ourselves to say that we suck or we hate ourselves. That's not our real voice. So my job is to be that voice for you to kind of get you back into that true voice. That's why I need you to get back to yourself, connecting to yourself and disconnecting to the outside world. And that over time, it doesn't just happen in just a month, but just through continual personal development and perspectives and everything I'm doing throughout these videos. My aim, more than anything else, more than even getting back into law school, is to lead you to your freedom. And your freedom is different from mine's. Your freedom is unique. But I want to reduce the fear. I want to reduce the doubts. All the things that are holding you back, keeping you stuck. And I want you to transform it all. That's what has allowed me to do what I do. I've been able to transform all the emotions, turmoil, all these different things throughout the years. So I have massive experience. I didn't go to any therapy. I didn't talk to anybody. This is all self-healing within myself. I mean, I've been blessed. And this is not to say that I'm better than anybody else and that professional help is not helpful or worthy. I know for me, I just didn't do it. I didn't talk to anybody about what I was just going through and this and that, but I was able to do this on my own. So I know I'm not different from anybody, that we can all do this self-healing. We all can do it. And we want to go back to law school with no fears, no doubts, no hesitations. Yes, there are going to be students around us that are going to be in fear, just like how we were when we were 1Ls. But we have to transform all these things so that they don't transfer to when we go back and just even to our lawyer career. That what we don't transfer in this moment, it transfers over to that next event, that next life circumstance. So that is my push. That is my drive in this moment. And I use Braveheart to keep reminding me of the meaning, massive meaning that I give in this moment. And that I'm all here for you. I fight for you every single day. I'm willing to go through it all. Bring it on. Let's do this together. Fight alongside me. Let's go. I love you. More health, more self-awareness, more abundance. I want it all for you.